morning, everyone. Welcome to my daily video blog. We are on day 12 of the blog, and it is my 56th day of social distancing. Coincidentally, today is the first day of our Council of 12 meetings. Get it? Council of 12, day 12 of my blog, Council 12, day 12. All right, again today we'll have the traditional big daily announcement to tell you what day it is. Then, just like every day, I'll remind you about the Community of Christ Daily Prayer for Peace Country of the Day. I'll share a book recommendation from our 13-year-old Tiona. Yes? Yes. And finally, I'll tell you about a daily check-in with someone from somewhere in the world. Today's Daily Prayer for Peace Country is Eritrea. If anyone has a personal connection to Eritrea, I would love to hear about that in the comments. As we remember Eritrea in the Community of Christ Daily Prayer for Peace today, we get to remind ourselves that there's a world out there. Today, the book that Tiona has to recommend to us is called Star-Crossed. Star-Crossed. It's by Barbara D., and it was published in 2017 by Scholastic. Tiona says the main character is named Maddie. She's a super shy, unpopular girl who gets kicked out of her favorite frozen yogurt place for getting into a fight with the most popular girl at school. At a Halloween party, she meets Gemma, a British girl. The book is about the school 8th grade play of Romeo and Juliet. Gemma plays Juliet in the play. Liam was playing Romeo until his incessant goofing off culminates in him breaking his arm. And Maddie, who already has a crush on Gemma, ends up being cast as the new Romeo. Tiona says, and this won't surprise any of you, this is a really good book. Okay. It's time for my daily check-in with someone from somewhere in the world that I serve in my work with Community of Christ. I've already shared with you about quite a few people from quite a few places. The person I visited with yesterday is like a common denominator to many of those places. His name came up in several of the conversations I've been having with people around my field. I'm talking about Moana Fa'ana. I first met Moana a long time ago, back when we were both students together at Graceland. I've known him approximately forever. Again, in ways almost typical of the wonderful web of connections in Community of Christ, Moana and I reconnected after several years when we were both leaders at an international youth event in Tahiti. That's where Moana was originally from. Then when I lived in Tahiti, my boss was Etienne Fa'ana, Moana's dad. Since the 2019 World Conference, part of Moana's assignment with Community of Christ is as the field bishop for the Caribbean, Mexico, Texas part of my field, which is especially cool since Moana's dad, before him, also served in the Caribbean for Community of Christ. Moana is working diligently to bring financial and legal order to the church in that part of the world. We get to work together, and Moana is doing a super job supporting our Mission Center financial officers and congregation financial officers. He's also a field support minister for a number of mission centers in the United States. Moana and I were on that last trip to Haiti together, so we both arrived home on the 9th of March and started staying home. For Moana, home is in the Orlando area. He says that things there are going okay. Every day, he and his wife and 2 children get up with purpose. They have their devotions together as a family. The kids do their schoolwork. Moana's wife talks to clients on the phone, and Moana is doing a lot of Zoom meetings. Moana didn't surprise me when he said that church work has gotten quite a bit busier. One of the reasons for that is that Moana has been working to support several oblation relief efforts in my field, our field. I've talked to you about a couple of those, and Moana says, we knew there would be oblation requests, but what came out of it is an amazing experience of people wanting to help other people. We know what the church is able to offer people is not enough in a way, and yet people are so appreciative of that little bit of assistance. Meanwhile, as Moana's been helping us to help people get food to eat, Moana's mother keeps showing up at their door with food. She was originally supposed to be on a trip to Tahiti right now, but instead, Moana and family hear the doorbell ring every few days, and by the time they get there, she's already headed back down the walk. Moana says they've hardly had to go out for groceries. I asked Moana if his kids were missing golf, because I know that they are both amazing golfers. Moana explained that while tournament play has stopped, the kids are actually still able to get out on the golf courses quite a bit to practice. They're interacting with coaches, sending images of swings back and forth via video. Even their athletic trainer continues working with them, sending exercises for them to do over the internet. Moana says that online school also seems to be working very well for his kids. And apparently there's even talk in their area about this being an option for everyone in the fall. Oh, and Moana is teaching his oldest child how to drive. So they are not getting bored. It was really nice to be able to check in with Moana for something not quite about work. I want to thank, and Moana wants to thank, you for your support for the World Church Budget, Worldwide Mission Tithes, which allows Moana to do what he does for our field. Okay, it's time for today's big announcement. Da 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 da. Now in this moment, now in this day, but the question is, what day is today? Wait for it. Today is Monday!
Yay, Monday!
Yay, Monday! Yay, Monday! Are you excited about Monday? Yeah, okay. Tiona's excited about Monday. I hope you're off to a good start to your week already. As I mentioned, today is the first day of our May Council of 12 meetings. This will be a bit different for us because our tradition is for us to actually come together and meet face-to-face around a table. Remote meetings are complicated for our World Church Leadership team, in part because there are just so many time zones involved. So we've typically met in person, but here we go. We'll be meeting every afternoon in my time zone and at more interesting hours in some other places. For Moreva, meetings will start at 7 a.m. Others will be having night meetings. The good news is we're all getting pretty good at meetings over Zoom. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you much longer than that. I'm hoping to be back again tomorrow with another What Day Is Today video blog. Again tomorrow, I'll remind you of the Daily Prayer for Peace Country of the Day. Tiona, I think we'll have another book recommendation.
Yeah.
Okay, fiction or nonfiction tomorrow?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay, we're staying with fiction. I'm looking forward to reporting on another check-in with another person to update you on how they're doing. And by the way, you may have noticed that Tiona and I kind of got ahead of ourselves with the book recommendation for that Star Wars book on Saturday. We kind of should have saved that one for today. I do hope that at least some of you stuck home today for social distancing are dedicating yourselves to watching a full 24 hours of Star Wars material, with, of course, a brief break for the What Day Is Today blog. I do understand that Disney Plus is supposedly doing a marathon of Star Wars today. Apparently, the old story that the whole Star Wars on the 4th of May thing began with Margaret Thatcher being welcomed into office in Britain in 1979 with a newspaper ad in the London Evening News that said, "May the 4th be with you," might be apocryphal. Either way, around here, we consider today to be Star Wars Day. A big thank you to George Lucas. Okay, so I'm signing off for now from my home in Independence, Missouri. Until tomorrow, everyone, please remember to breathe.